welcome to the Fairy Dust Crafts podcast. My name is Gina and I come to you from British Columbia, Canada, from a little craft room here. And you may have noticed that if you've been here before, I'm in a different area of my room. So you usually see me recording from my little orange chair over there. Today I am actually sitting at my desk, and the reason why is so you guys can see this stuff behind me here. Those are my advent calendar, and because it is Vlogmas, day one of Vlogmas actually, which means it is December 1st, I thought I would just show you and introduce you to all of my advent calendars back here. So if you saw the little introduction, the little snippet yesterday that I recorded yesterday, it was kind of like a teaser to Vlogmas. You saw that I have a couple plans, a couple goals, one of which is I did wind up my first self-striping sock yarn by Comfy Cozy Knits, and I have all of that ready. I haven't actually cast it on yet, but it is ready for me to cast on. Probably not today. It is at this point pretty late in the day, so I'll probably get to that this weekend. But behind me here, you will see the other half of those self-striping sock sets. So I got two of those. The first one I will be, hopefully fingers crossed, and like depending on how much time I have, I will be working on that during Advent, so between now, December 1st, and Christmas. So I thought I'd just grab it for you guys actually, without like, so we don't have to talk about it, like, you know. So this is what I'm talking about, and then this is the little mini that goes with it. So you saw me wind this up yesterday. This is a 4-stripe self-striping yarn. What I intend to do is knit one set of 4 stripes every day. That's kind of like the plan. I will definitely not start with that today because I have been working on, oops, the cuff for my first for my first Advent, like homemade Advent calendar Advent socks, or Christmas socks. And the way this is gonna go down is, if you've seen my bonus episode, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks ago or so, you saw me explain all of this. If you're interested in how to make your own advent calendar, go and have a look at the advent calendar, like DIY advent calendar bonus episode. But it's like right here in this bowl. Yes, I'll show you. So I reused tins from a previous, it was a tea advent calendar, and I've already opened all of my doors for today. So we're not like live, at least not for today. December 1st is kind of like my introduction episode, what I'll be doing. So I'll be opening my yarny advent calendars, and then I'll show you what kind of progress I've made and what's in there. So my door number 1 was this guy, and what an awesome coincidence this is, because let me just open it up for you. This is the color, and like, how well does that go, first stripe, with my, you can't really see it very well. I have really poor lighting in here, especially late at night. But I have like a charcoaly gray, like really dark gray, and then this is gonna be my first stripe, so like very happy yellow. And I do have 2 of these. So these are, each of these little bundles is 1.5 grams, which should give me, oh, I just dropped it. Which should give me about 4 to 5 rounds. So that's the goal. I dropped my lid and the cat found it. She's having a little bit of a rough day, so she's all over the place. My second advent calendar that I opened is actually not, it's this big red box behind me, which is not yarn or yarny crafty at all, but I thought I'd show you anyways, because it is this. So the advent calendar is by The Body Shop, and it's a hand balm. The weather's so weird right now. It's like, it's not really cold in a sense of like it is cold like our late fall and winter is, but it's like not quite as cold, and it hasn't snowed. Like, it's only snowed like a little bit, but we don't have snow yet, which is kind of weird. But like, we have the heat going, and I feel like it's so dry. Like, my skin is insanely dry, so a hand cream is perfect for that. And I'm just gonna put this in my project bag. I find lip balm and hand creams just need to be in project bags. This is by the way, my little Christmassy project bag by Gingersnap fibers, and my sock advent is actually gonna live in here. This is the only like Christmassy wintry project bag that I have, I believe, so maybe I gotta whip something up. So I have something for this sock, and also my big project. So I decided to do a blanket before I even got like my main big advent calendar. Main big means there is a lot of yarn in it, and I probably won't be able to finish that whole project in like within Advent. But what I'm planning on doing is I'll just knit at it, like work at it as much as I can during the time between now and Christmas, and then come the new year, I'm gonna move that into my daily 30 minutes of knitting. What I'm gonna do is the Anthology Throw, and I already, this is just like the kind of like intro page. The Anthology Throw is by Curious Handmade, and it is round, worked from like the inside out. And I actually printed out the instructions because I can just kind of like tick it off. So she gives you this list of like every day, like what you got to do every day. So days, I don't know, I'm just like making things up. Days 5 to 9, maybe just knit. And it's literally like 5, knit, 6, knit. So you have this elaborate checklist that literally tells you when to move to your next color. And she wrote this like with Advent in mind, with like 24 20-gram minis in mind. And I will be using, there's just like a little white box back here. I've already opened my first one, I already told you that. I'll be using my Gingersnap Advent calendar this year. And so number one, I've already opened it. Look at how gorgeous this is. I hope you can at least somehow tell what colors they are. I promise tomorrow I'll be a little earlier, hopefully. Can't make promises, not right now. But it is blue and gray, like a charcoaly gray and a blue. So beautiful. So this is gonna be my middle part for my Anthology Throw. And the way I'm gonna do it is I have everything ready. So I have my pattern printed, so I can just take off my checklist, and I've got my needles ready. I believe it's a 4mm. Yes, it's a 4mm. And what I'm gonna do is I will just put my yarn back in here. I'm not gonna wind it or anything. And once I get to it, which is probably going to be either tomorrow or Sunday, more likely Sunday, I'll start with this first one. And as soon as I have like my first bits done, I will show you guys, of course. So you guys probably saw one of my very first episodes. I don't know, like if you're new here, welcome, it's great to have you. And if you've been here before, you probably saw me talk about this. So I have just a tin here. This tin is part of the Firefly Notes Advent Calendar. And behind door number 1 was, oops, it's flipped, was this beautiful, oh, it likes to flip here. This beautiful, beautiful butterfly. I hope you can see it. Not really. A little bit. There. Oh, there you go. So it is green. It's like an enamel stitch marker. So pretty. I'm like super happy with that. So that one is just gonna go into the little tin. And then I will probably add my second one tomorrow. So if you watched my little intro yesterday, it's basically just music, so like sound. What I'll be doing is I'll have like a couple episodes where I'll do like something a little more elaborate and a little longer, and where you like see me and I'll talk. And then I'll have some episodes that are pretty much just gonna be me opening my little advent calendars and showing you my progress on like what I've done, how much I've knit, and if I'm still on track with my calendars. It is day 1 and I'm already behind, but that's okay. And yeah, I'll just show you those little snippets. One that I forgot to show you, and I will definitely do something a little more elaborate and bigger about it on Sunday, is there's like behind my little bowl here, there are, right there, a couple of like brown paper bag gifty thingies. Those are my Sunday, Advent Sunday sock sets by a homespun house, and I'm excited to open those. Like those are gonna be beautiful. Same thing, I think you saw me, yeah, you saw me talk about those last proper episode. So you'll get like a little glimpse of like what's happening, how I celebrate Advent. I'm gonna try and share a few little tidbits of how I do Advent and like the whole Christmassy season. I don't celebrate Christmas. I observe winter solstice, so it's similar but not quite the same thing, but more on that once we get to it. I'll see if I can maybe share a couple recipes with you too. Lots of that, ideally, preferably on Instagram. So I'm mostly active on Instagram these days, definitely Instagram and Ravelry, and also in like Instagram stories. I keep neglecting my tiles for some reason. Like I keep forgetting to do actual posts. Most of it just goes straight into my stories, and I will share my Advent knitting in my story highlights as well. So once we get a little further, you'll kind of like see my socks grow and you'll see my blanket grow. So if you guys have been counting, I have 2 steady pairs of socks on the go, and then 1 pair of socks for each Sunday and Advent. So 4 pairs of socks that are probably just gonna be vanilla socks unless I feel like it needs to be something else, and 1 blanket. So we'll see how much crafting I get in. I don't have like, gotta be honest here, I don't have that much time. but I'm hoping to slow it down a little bit, knock on wood, in the next like 3-4 weeks. But yeah, I'll be super excited if you guys followed along, and we could maybe even like share things. What are you guys crafting? Do you do any advent crafts, Christmas crafts? Do you do crafty Christmas presents? Because that is amazing. I already shipped like a few of those out. Like those are gone, but I still have like a couple pairs of socks and mittens that I need to knit. Am I panicking? Maybe on the inside, but it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. My blanket is definitely gonna be the one that's gonna be pushed to the very back, to the very end. Maybe it's just gonna be my New Year's cast on. Who knows? I hope not, because I look at that beautiful blue color down there and I just want to cast on right now. I want to cast on everything. So we'll see how things go. Follow along, maybe give me a thumbs up, or if you're not already, hit the little subscribe button somewhere down here. And I hope to see you here tomorrow again. Hopefully with a little bit of a less chaotic episode. It's just been a lot of stop and go here. I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go make myself a nice cup of tea and work on my socks, and I hope I'll see you guys here again tomorrow. Happy crafting. Bye.